O PlayerChat, que é um dos maiores podcasts sobre Valorant, fez uma lista dos 10 melhores jogadores que estarão no Lock-in, e tem brasileiros na lista. Você quer ter aulas com grandes personalidades do cenário e evoluir ainda mais sua gameplay? E utilizar todo esse aprendizado adquirido em um campeonato super organizado e com live stream oficial? Tudo isso você encontra na Neverest. E mais, você não precisa ter um time, a plataforma encontra um time para você que se encaixe na sua gameplay. Além disso, lá você também vai encontrar um guia completo com todos os pixels em todos os mapas para você deixar seu Sova, sua Viper insano. E na Neverest você também vai ter aulas toda semana com um coach profissional ao vivo. Você vai ter um coach profissional acompanhando sua performance e os assinantes têm direito a análise de POVs ilimitadas. E eu consegui um desconto ainda maior para quem é inscrito aqui no canal. Usando o cupom SMOKERMID você tem 15% de desconto. Fala galera, tudo bem com vocês? Dia 14 vai começar o Lock-in, que será o maior campeonato da história do Valorant e acontecerá no Brasil. E o PlayerChat, que é um dos maiores podcasts sobre Valorant, que é composto por casters da língua inglesa, fez o ranking deles com os 10 melhores jogadores do evento. E como o evento terá os melhores jogadores do mundo, logo são os 10 melhores jogadores do mundo na opinião deles. Em 10º lugar, eles colocaram Ardes e escreveram: fantástico jogador de Jett, que já venceu eventos antes. Agora ele joga com um time que ajudou o EA a se tornar o Gold. Em 9º lugar ficou o Nets, e eles fizeram uma brincadeira na frase, dizendo que pediram a frase para o integrante do programa, mas esqueceram de colocar no vídeo. Em 8º lugar ficou o Bang, e eles colocaram: Bang está vindo para ser o melhor controlador na sua chave, até chegar no top 4. Em 7º lugar ficou o Les, e vamos ver o que eles falaram sobre o brasileiro. Mas rapaziada, antes da gente conferir o que falaram do Les, peço que confiram se estão inscritos aqui no canal. Mais de 60% das pessoas que assistem nossos vídeos não são inscritas, então já confere e também deixa aquele like nesse vídeo.
Number 7 is Les.
What a
Sentinel
great
Metaship is
picture.
perfect for Les to be a consistent and great player for Loud. That's a me quote. Yeah, I have Les really high. I think Loud are going to make it deep in the tournament. Pretty much no matter what, I think they're going to make it fairly deep, at least win a few games. And if they win more on top of that, I think he'll be a key piece in that. His Killjoy is super fucking good. Another kind of just situation where I think a lot of these Sentinel player, old Sentinel main Sentinels are going to thrive. But his Killjoy in particular, he was super good. So I got
think he
less
might be the best
really high.
Killjoy player in the tournament. I don't know who I would rank above him. Like, I feel like he's always been so incredibly successful in that role, even after the Killjoy nerfs and like the turret changes, so you can't lurk in the same way. Like the way that Les anchors on the defense and some of the timings he can find, even when he is playing that Killjoy, have just always been really impressive. Maybe you rate someone like FNS up there too. I don't know. I just feel like this guy is.
Josh. I was gonna say like Sugetsu.
I couldn't think of any Killjoy players.
I had Les as the lowest out of all of the Sentinel players that I was ranking, but it was also against. I included Althea in that category because I think that's what he'll be playing for Fnatic.
Yeah,
most
I think
likely.
he's going to have more impact than Alpha. I was having this exact same thought process myself, Brent, even though I didn't necessarily pull it out by role. But I think Les has the awareness and experience to outperform Alpha on the attack side. I think he's going to be doing a lot. I was impressed by what Alpha was doing online, but
he
I
might
don't
be
think he's
better
gonna
in
bring
terms
it
of the
to same
roles.
level.
But just in terms of this event, I think that with Loud inserting Kawazine and Tuyas into the team, they don't have, in my mind, the best smokes player in the world anymore of Pancada. They don't have the added second voice of Sassy, who was also a great initiator setting them all up. I think that there's more on less to do, and I don't think he's going to have as much space to do it, you know, compared to when they had that really, really sick team. So that's why I had him at the bottom, but I still had him in my top 20 out of 180 fucking players. So he's still like, I still think the guy's sick. I can't be mad that you guys have put him high up in your lists.
Pois é, eles ficaram em dúvida aí se o Les vai conseguir performar bem sem o Saci e o Pancada pra chamar a responsa junto com ele. Mas deixa sua opinião sobre isso aí nos comentários e vamos seguindo. Em 6º lugar ficou Suigetsu e falaram o seguinte: já provou que tem uma ótima noção de jogo e mira, agora a mudança do meta faz jogadores como Suigetsu poderem brilhar. Em 5º ficou o Mako e colocaram provavelmente o melhor controlador do evento e tem a melhor chance de ir fundo. Em 4º ficou o Liu e escreveram: Liu será o iniciador de destaque do Lock-in, sempre foi o melhor jogador nos times que esteve. Em 3º ficou Cryocels e escreveram: o Champions provou que ele pode ser grande internacionalmente, agora nesse torneio ele pode provar que é o melhor. Em 2º lugar ficou o Derk e colocaram meta da Jett, hora do Derk. E em 1º lugar ficou o Aspas e vamos ver o que eles falaram sobre o brasileiro.
Oh, it is Aspas in number 1. Man, I wish I was one of Aspa's stuffed animals. Sometimes I dress up as a fox and prance around my room. That's a Sideshow quote.
Yeah, except when you say
Yeah,
that's a Sideshow quote.
You are a
That
nasty
wasn't
little
a
man,
Sideshow
Josh.
quote.
No,
That's
you're-
not.
you-
That's,
that sounds like you
I can't believe
nasty
you
little man.
submitted that.
I don't dress up as a cute little fox, and I don't want to be one of Asapas's stuffed animals.
I mean, 50% of that is verifiably true. You do. I've seen you dress up as a fox and prance about. I've seen it.
Sometimes. Only sometimes. Only for special occasions.
I'll speak for Aspas here.
I mean, who put him at number one?
I did not put him at number one.
Who put him at number
he was
one?
in my.
He was
No
in my
one
top
put
10.
him number one.
Who did?
No one did. But
Oh,
he
that-
was
he
high
just-
on
Oh,
everyone's
he was
list.
just so high for everybody. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we're going to see him play the Jet in front of the Brazilian crowd. I think it's highly likely that in the games that he has on Loud over this tournament, whether they go far or not at all, I think this guy's just going to pop the fuck off. I think he's going to showcase and really flex and showcase what he can do. Because when he was really free flowing on the Jet, man, this guy has looked amazing at times. And so I didn't have him up there as the highest Duelist player that I ever ranked, but he was up there. I mean, I think I had him second out of the Duelist players that I ranked. So
I think his placement being number one via aggregate speaks to the fact that we're all confident that he's going to be really good.
Yeah.
You know, we're not all
Yeah.
confident that he's going to be the best, but we're all for every other Duelist player, or frankly every other player, there's got to be some people who are like not on the hype train to some degree. You know what I mean? Whereas with Aspas, you just know that you're going to be getting solid to extremely good performances out of him. And it doesn't really matter who the opponent is too. So I think that just speaks to the consistency and the level of like trust you have in the ability of Aspas to perform.
Yeah, absolutely. Always mega consistent. Again, being able to just
Jet,
play
Raze.
Raze and Jet. Yeah, these guys who play Raze Jet at a high level both are really going to thrive, I think,
Yeah.
and lock in this first portion of the year. And he's definitely one of them. And Loud are pretty much, I think Loud are a shoo-in to make it at least to like that top 8. Yeah, I think that, like you said, Josh, just not being rated number one, but everyone having him so high to give him to number one really just speaks to the consistency of the man. All right, let's take a look at the individual lists.
Pois é, rapaziada, e assim ficou o ranking completo feito por eles. O Sadak aparece em 16º, o Ziken e o Pancada aparecem em 19º e 21º. Mas e aí, o que acharam do ranking? Mudaria alguma coisa nele? Já deixa aí nos comentários.